And 3 and 2 and 1. Why, howdy, peeps. Welcome back. Hey,
We're back.
we made
it. Did you miss us?
With you.
Oh dear.
We missed you. Hi. And welcome to Fight Club, everybody.
We're here, we're ready to go, and we're gonna let Marlo introduce herself briefly and give us a little bit of background about who she is and her cleaning business.
Okay, well, I am in Columbia, South Carolina. I have had my business. It's called Deserved Comfort. I've had it for, this is our 35th year in business. And yeah, I was pretty young when we first started out. And we're just talking about this yesterday, how I just can't believe that 35 years have passed and that I'm the old lady in the group now. But anyway, so we have, right now we have 10 technicians. We have a field manager and another, she has been our manager, but she's going to be stepping down to take on other tasks while I hire a general manager here very soon. I'm in the market for that. And I don't know, I watch Fight Club regularly and I'm just glad to participate.
Love it.
Well, we're so happy to have you, and I promise we're going to be really easy on you. We're really excited to see you, and I'm sorry for all of that technical difficulty. We were trying to make it easier, and sometimes we make it harder, so we apologize. My name is Megan Likes. I'm the founder of Bookkeeping Academy Online. I educate and empower small business owners to know their numbers so they can live more financially rewarding lives. I also own Likes Accounting Company. We're a back office outsourced accounting firm where you can send all of your bookkeeping and accounting needs to us. And I'm the co-owner of Jeff Likes Windows and Gutters. And I'm really excited to be here this week. I'm really excited to see Marlo. I've missed you, and welcome to Fight.
Thank you.
Hey there. And I'm Michelle Myers, co-owner of Pink Collars, and we outsource your customer care. So you can forward your phones, emails, chats, and website contact forms to us, and we can take care of all of that for your home service business. And I'm happy to be back in Fight Club and very excited to see you, Marlo. You bring the fun every time I see you. So I'm excited to have you bring the fun to Fight Club.
All right.
I feel like we had several people, when they saw who the guest was going to be today, several people comment, and I thought to myself, see, everybody loves Marlo. It's a fact. It is a fact. Well, I'm Martha Woodward, and I own a maid service in a neighboring state. And really what I'm about is creating happier workplaces. I have an online course and membership, and then I also have Quality Driven, which is partier culture. So anyway, welcome to Fight Club.
Awesome. Well, I guess I'll go ahead and kick it off with some marketing. Marlo, I'm going to keep it super easy, super sweet, and I promise it's not going to be like a super crazy technical question. Enough technical nonsense today. But I love that you've been in business for so long. And the reason I love that is not just because of the growth and the determination that you have to run your business for 35 years, but it's also the fact that marketing changes and there's different trends that happen. There's different events that occur. I mean, COVID's happened, as we all know, in this last year, which has really shifted all of our marketing and how we're able to adapt to advertising to our clients. So I'd love to know what was something that you did when you first opened back in, I think it was 1986, if I remember correctly.
Yes.
Okay, awesome. And then what's something you're doing now? Like, what are two different things that maybe you started back then that you're not doing now, or something new that you're doing now that you wouldn't have had the chance to do back then?
Well, the first thing that we did was print up these just from a word processor, because there were no computers, and no internet back in the day. So we just went on a word processor, typed up some information, basically saying who we were, and really it was who we hoped to be. It was just kind of created out of nothing. And we were offering house cleanings, full house cleanings for $20. And it didn't matter how often, it didn't matter whether it was the first time, it didn't matter what size. We also did dishwashing. We did all kinds of things. We learned a lot in that first year. But what we would do is we would go into neighborhoods, and first it was just like me, my brother, and my mom, and we would go put these little hand printed things on people's doors. And we were surprised that we started getting people, because $20 back in the day, even then, I'm sure that was a really good deal to have your house cleaned. So that's really how that started. And we made regular rounds in the neighborhoods and just kept putting those flyers that turned into more advanced flyers, but still very very archaic compared to what we would have now. And today, of course, we don't do those type of flyers. We do have brochures, but we still have the brochures. We still have the idea that, yes, we really want to get back to doing like fiber rounds and things like that with our flyers, door hangers. But we really have been just staying fairly busy without having to go back to that right now. Most of our marketing is done through our SEO, through Google Guarantee and Google AdWords. And we really keep all of that very, very low budget. I mean, most of our stuff comes in through referrals. And we do also have some radio advertising, which we did probably 30 years ago with a local talk radio. And now we have a local station here that we do regular advertising, and have done that for like 3 years. So we're just like a fixture on that radio station. And so we get a lot of calls from that as well.
That's so awesome. So the reason I've come across in the last few months, and the reason I wanted to ask you that and allow you to explain where you've come from in the 36 years that you've been in business, is the fact that marketing changes, that as business owners, we have to adapt to be able to bring in more clientele. And like you said, it was your mom and your brother and you walking around putting flyers out, but now it's adapted that you can do fiber rounds and you can do it a little bit more electronically and still have that same effect that you had 30 years ago, which is something that's great that technology has come in and helped with. But then you've also gone the route of adding in some additional marketing on the online market. So doing the SEO, doing the Google ads. The one piece, and the reason I brought it up mainly, is because people are afraid to take that step. And you as a business owner who have been in business for so long, I'm sure that first step was scary, saying, I have to put money into online marketing when I've done this off of referrals and handing out flyers. I mean, that's a big risk. But once you take that risk and you adapt and add those other pieces, it really can add to your full marketing package. So I appreciate you sharing that. And I really thank you being so open about it, because that alone can help someone this week be able to say, I need to start investigating as to how I can take that step as well.
Oh, definitely. In fact, I would say now, and of course, I'm sure all of you would agree that, having a presence online is a must. Having your Google reviews, the other reviews are great, but we always tell our staff, when you're asking for reviews, say Google reviews. We still get Angie's List, we still get the BBB, we still get other things, but I say Google, well, we want Google. So we're trying to continue to build that on a regular basis. So yes, definitely, I would encourage any kind of person or business trying to grow is to enhance that online presence.
Wonderful. Well, thank you again. I'm going to pass you on to Megan so y'all can talk a little bit
about
finances.
And I'm going to go a little bit of a different direction, Marlo, this week, because I want to talk about something that I really admire about you. And that is that you are an avid learner. You love to learn. You get energized by learning. You ask so many good questions. And I want to know, how on earth do you do that after being in business for 35 years? Because the classic 35-year-old business is like, well, we've always done it that way. And you, opposite of that, you were like, well, how did you do that? Okay, let's talk about it, right? I mean, you were on the board of ARCSI, so you clearly value education. We met at a conference, so I know you value education. But recently, I met you in St. Louis, and you had just gone to visit another business. And so I want to know, like, how do you keep it fresh? How do you keep that learner's mindset when some of us, I do it in my own business, like, things are just rolling along, it's fine, like we're just cruising. And Marlo, you don't seem to cruise. So talk to us about that, because, well, maybe you do the other sense of cruising.
Well, I guess I just don't ever seem to feel like I know that I have acquired the knowledge that I need to know. I will tell you that back in 2014, that is when I first heard of ARCSI, and I happened to hear about that because Sharon Timberg had a class, one of her classes in, and I had no idea who she was. I didn't know who Debbie Sardone was. I didn't know any of this. I thought, I have my cleaning service in Columbia, South Carolina, and I have had it for, 25 years or so at the time. And I know everything there is to know. I do not need this, but this lady says that she has retired now. She was cleaning 95 houses a day. I'm going to go learn from her. And when I went to Virginia for this little conference, I met other cleaning business owners, and then I started learning about ARCSI, and then I realized how little I really knew. And I mean, Martha will vouch for me on this. I think that sometimes that I am just the most ignorant person out there, because I just feel like I don't know what I should know after 35 years. I don't know it. So
I'm
constantly pulling. I'm saying you'll vouch that I think that about myself.
Okay.
And because I feel like I see other people who have been in business for a fraction of the time that I have been, and they have so much success. And I am eager to learn their secrets. I am eager to learn what I need to be doing to get on that playing field. And so that constantly, motivates me to learn. But I will tell you that sometimes I get myself into a situation to where information overload. I feel like I have information overload.
We lost your video, but we can still hear you. Well, I mean, I don't sense that at all. Oh, there you are. You're back. Yeah. Great. I don't sense that at all. I don't sense the information. What I see is this curious mindset and this challenge with your business. And I feel like that's something that so many business owners should tap into. This idea that we set our ego aside, we can learn from other people, we can learn together, we can build together. And you, to me, are the beacon of that, right? You have done amazing things with your company because your company is still around 35 years later. That is no small feat. And probably more importantly, you still like your company, which is amazing, because there are many times when we've been like, okay, we're done. What's the exit plan? Get us out.
That depends on the day.
Hey, amen. I think that's true for everybody. That depends on the day. But I love that. I love that you're curious, and I love that you are just willing to learn. Well, talk to us a little bit about 2021, and then I'm going to pass you to Michelle, but tell us what's, 35 years in business. This is your 35-year anniversary year. What's going to be different about this year versus the dumpster fire that was last year or the previous 30 years? What's coming for Marlo in 2021?
As I touched on just a little bit ago, we are trying to restructure.
Marlo, just a second. I think your mic is working. Do you want to try muting your phone? or try.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
I
either
think
way.
your mic is working.
Don't hang up, just mute.
Okay.
Yeah,
Hey.
it's working. Hi
Hey.
there.
Hello.
Yay.
Now, for
talking.
some reason,
Yeah.
okay, I can hear you here. Oh, wait a minute.
Perfect. Yeah, it's great.
Can you hear me now?
We can hear
Uh-huh.
you.
Hear you.
You fixed it.
I
Look
don't
at
know how it happened. Okay. Unless it starts echoing. Okay, so you can hear me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can hear you, and we'd love to hear about this year. What's coming up this year? I mean, first of all, you conquered the Fight Club for Business Master Technology Test. So, bravo.
I didn't do anything, so I don't know what happened. It's a little moody this morning.
Well, you're a genius. We give you full credit. We're very proud of you.
Thank you. Thank you. That's all it takes. I've just been interested in trying to restructure my business. First of all, I'm working way too many hours in the day-to-day, and I had gotten away from that somewhat in the last, like a year ago, but I guess things have changed, especially with COVID, and I got more back involved. And then we continued to grow. Actually, we didn't have but like a 2% difference in our income for our revenue for 2020 than we did in 2019. It was very minimal difference. Of course, we would have much preferred to grow, but understanding that some businesses had to shut down, we did not. Understanding that some businesses did not even make it, we did not. We feel blessed. But I just feel like now, I'm getting to an age to where I not only want to not work as much, especially after about another, 10 years or so, I'd like to kind of slow down, but I want to build a business to support that. And so, even though I have wonderful people in my business that help me run it, I just felt like I needed to do something to go to the next level. And that's going to be bringing in someone that has a great deal of management experience, sales experience, just overall, to help run the business versus me really continuing to manage with, someone who has been my manager, but not really taking on those duties like I should, without my help. So I just placed an ad yesterday and I just did the free ad on Indeed, and I've already gotten like 7 or 8 people who are interested. And so I'm excited about that, but very, very nervous because I've never really had to hire at that level, that higher level before. But I'm hoping that will just me and this person and the staff that we already have here in our office, that we'll be able to get things structured to where we run smoothly and can have a great deal of success. We have some pretty high goals this year, and I have Renee as my coach, and she's my paid coach, and I have Sarah Thompson is my free friend coach, who's been kind of pushing me along, which is wonderful and has helped me immensely, as well as my other friends, Martha, Kyle, and you guys, everything every chance I get, like we were talking about, trying to learn a better way of doing things. So we're excited about 2021.
I'm so excited for you, and I can't wait to hear how it goes. I'm hoping next year you can coach me through replacing Jeff in the business. So I love how this all goes, full circle.
Yes.
We're headed your way in the next year or so. Martha keeps saying, Jeff needs a trainer. So she's right, he does. So we wishing you luck this week if you're looking at those applications. I know how stressful and scary that can be. And just know that you are an inspiration to anybody out there who has felt kind of like they're just cruising in their business, because I love that you're looking for new opportunities around every corner, and I'm grateful to call you friend. So I'm going to pass you to Michelle, and she's going to talk to you about systems.
Okay.
Yeah. Hey there, Marlo. So As you look forward to exiting out of the business, right, you probably need some systems in place to make that happen. Tell the listeners what you're using for a CRM. How are you organizing the day-to-day operations of the business? Because now that you're looking for this manager, right, you need somebody that might have a little bit of technology.
And things like
So
that.
tell me who you're, or what systems you have in place currently, please.
Okay. Oh, gosh, I've seen so many. We use Customer Factor as our CRM, and
Okay, great.
we've been doing that for 3 or 4 years now, and we love it. It's not as all encompassing as some of the other softwares that are very popular out there, but it suits our needs and it suits our budget. And
great.
we also use Responsibid for our quoting, and have the link on our website, but also if someone calls, we can just plug in the numbers there, and so that saves a lot of time where we used to manually figure quotes up until just even a few years ago, manually figured every single
Wow.
quote. And of course, we use Quality Driven, which is just been a game changer for us as far as our client satisfaction, people knowing that we care about that type of thing. We just got a Google review this morning talking about how focused we are on client satisfaction. And so that's a regular testimonial that we get from our clients. So we love that. We just recently started, well, I guess it's been 6 months ago or so, we started using ClickUp. And that's
really okay.
Just compiling everything into one place. A lot of things work together. We have Zaps filled out. Of course, I don't do that because I don't know how to do that. But I need to learn. But anyway, I'm hoping that my new manager and also Michelle that works here with us she helps us with all that kind of stuff. She's a computer nerd.
Oh, that's awesome.
So yeah, we use that, and anyway, I think that's kind of a brief overview of the systems. We do use Slack. We don't use the paid version.
Do you? Okay.
Don't really feel like we have the need for that right now, at least. But
Sure.
we have all kinds of channels to communicate with our staff. Us here in the office, we communicate back and forth. We have fun channels and business channels and all that kind of stuff. So that's a regular thing that's really changed the game too. We worked solos, and used to we had every technician call in and out, call the office in and out of every assignment, just for safety reasons. We wanted to be sure that they were okay, that kind of thing. So we have pretty much stopped those calls. We generally talk to a technician at the most twice a day, and everything else is reported on Slack. We just have somebody kind of monitoring that, making sure that everybody's good at that. So that's
awesome. No, we have a business coach that tells us that we should run our business as if we have no hands and no feet, right? Like we can't type and we can't walk and we can't do it ourselves. And so the only thing we can do is teach others how to fulfill what's going on in the business, right? Yeah. So I love that you're using all those tools together. For those that haven't heard of ClickUp, I've watched a lot of Courtney's videos. I think what she's doing is incredible. Tell people out there how they can see or what ClickUp has done for your company to kind of pull all those things together, because a lot of people are looking for that.
Yeah, well, the main thing that I use is my task list, and that really kind of incorporates everything. It's, our CRM software, all of our applications are, when somebody applies for a job on Indeed, we get a notification, or they go to, when they go to apply on our website, we get a notification and their application, and then it automatically, we have it set up to where it will automatically fall into, it'll be qualified based on parameters that we have set, whether they're qualified or whether they're rejected. If they're rejected, they get an automatic letter saying that, sorry, we're not going to move forward. If we do move forward with them, then we have a process, but everything is through there. We also have all of our employees are set up in that as well, so that we can see all of their their application, all their paperwork. We have made it our goal for 2021
Wow.
to eliminate paper. So we are scanning
Ooh,
everything in, and everything's
love that.
on ClickUp under their name. And it's just really everything is there. All of our finance information there.
Wow.
Records of deposits. It is incredible what that ClickUp will do. It's really incredible.
So
I don't even know
it sounds, yeah. So it sounds like you're sort of painting yourself out of the room, right? That's what all of us business owners should be doing, and distancing yourself with some of these systems so that you can get kind of an overview of the business in a really easy way without having to be in the day to day. So I'm thrilled. It seems like you're right on track to get out in a few years. I think it's awesome.
That's the goal, or at least very little being here. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's good. That's good. Awesome. Well, thank you so much. I'm going to pass you over to Martha. She's going to talk to you about people. Thanks so much, Martha, or Marlo. Sorry.
Michelle.
You know I'm the meanest, Marlo.
No, you're not.
No. No, but what I wanted to talk to you about is I remember when you first started with Quality Driven, and I remember your reluctance it was because Quality Driven clearly does change cultures. And you were like, I've been doing it this way and it's working. Why poke a sleeping bear?
Right.
And so many people feel that way. They really do. And I totally get it. But I would love for you to talk about not so much quality. I'm not trying to get you to like do a testimonial for Quality Driven. I really want you to talk about how you change your mindset after years of doing it one way, and kind of maybe what that's opened up for you.
I think that, well, you're right. As far as the reluctance, I really had a lot of reluctance, and all my friends that I had just recently met when I found out about Quality Driven were doing this, and I'm like, oh gosh, they're going to kick me out of the cool kids club because I'm not a member of the Quality Driven. And I even talked to you about, I'm just not ready. And then, but when I did, go ahead and just say, okay, I'm going to try it, and if I don't like it, then I'll just discontinue it. But it made such a difference. Not so much. I mean, it did make a difference with clients, but it really made the huge difference with our staff. Mm-hmm. I never thought that they would be so eager to see their scores. And the thing in our staff meetings, I mean, everybody talks about, we had a staff meeting yesterday, and after I'm wrapping everything up, and then I say, does anyone want to have anything they want to discuss? And people started talking about their scores. Like, this client scored me this, and I don't know why they scored me this. And then somebody said, don't worry about that. It'll get better. And it's just it brings everybody together, where I thought, gosh, if, Ashley sees Mary's score 2, Mary's going to be upset that everybody sees the 2. But it has turned out to be a huge support, to say, hey, everybody gets that. Even one of our training manager had a very low score just a couple of days ago. She went back and turned it around, but one oversight got her a 2-star, just forgetting to sweep a porch. But the thing is, she was able to say in the meeting, look, I train people. I know what to do, but I got this low score. It happens. You can't please everybody all the time. You're going to forget things all the time. It just has been more of a bonding between the staff. Even though we don't see each other every day, it's just really brought everybody together to know that, hey, we're human. But we have these celebrations when you get these 5 stars, and especially when the client leaves this wonderful remark that then we can put on our website. We have I was going down our website the other day and just making sure everything was up to date. And I'm like, gosh, look at all of these, kept scrolling down, all these really wonderful comments. And people see that, and that's what another thing that reels them in when they're doing searches, is to see that these are real comments from our clients, and it's definitely changed us and helped us. I wouldn't do without it.
I love that. And I'm like a broken record when I say one of my very favorite books is The Three Signs of a Miserable Job. And in that book, one of the three things is that human beings, crave to know their work matters. It's huge. And so, what you just talked about, you just by asking, and then clients saying their experience and how it makes them feel and blah, 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 that just almost passively fills that void. And I just don't think that, I mean, even when I hear you talk about it, it's like it reminds me how important that is. And I love that you've had that experience. And like I say, that's really not so much in my head about like QDS, quality driven makes it possible. But what I love is that you're creating a happy workplace. I really have come to know that that's really my mission. Is I love seeing people just infiltrate their culture and provide that those pats on the back, because I really am passionate about the employees that we bring in. They just don't have a history of that in their childhood so many times, and I love that we can change our employees' lives just simply by saying, look how great you are.
Absolutely. And,
Yeah.
and I get that feedback from our staff all the time. I just,
Yeah.
It was Christmas. They brought me to tears. Just everybody saying how much they love their job and they love their boss. So it really is. It's the world to me when I see that employees, that we're having an effect on people who come into work. One girl, I'm crying. I cry all the time.
This is a first on Fight Club. I have not teared up, and
Oh dear, we're all gonna be crying here.
I'm sorry, but I'm just a crybaby. But
no, me.
but we had one girl, that I was ready to fire. She had been working for about maybe 4 6 weeks, and she just had this attitude, and we were just like, I was done. And normally I don't get involved, but this particular day, she had pulled up outside, and I was like, she's not even coming in here. I'm going out. And I went out to her car, and I just pretty much let her have it, to say, we don't have attitudes around here like that.
Yeah.
You're not going to come in here and infect our happy place, our workplace. And now she is one of the biggest advocates for working here. And she's told me on several occasions that she never worked for anyone who cared about her as a person, not just an employee, not just a worker that cares. And so I think, and the thing, I've learned a lot from you, Martha, in the level up course, that you have to treat people more than just a number. And now this girl, she's ready to be a trainer, and she's been here for over a year, and she's just she's wonderful. She's loved, and she has the best attitude.
That's awesome.
So it's don't necessarily give up on those people that you think not going to work out, because she sure turned it around.
Yeah. Well, and you did exactly the right thing. You drew the boundaries and said, this is what is accepted in our culture, and this is what's not accepted. And, you might have in the past just put up with the attitude to have the person. you
That's
know,
right.
so that's great. And I agree with Megan in that you are, I think that's so important. And I guess I have the perspective of working with a lot of people, and, you know, you see who is willing to look at something differently and make some changes. And then you see people who come in with a lot less experience than you did and are like, that's not going to work for me.
Yeah.
You know, and
Good
so kudos to you that you are just a sponge, and you are always looking for the, you know, how to make things better. And so I think that's really the theme of this live, is that, man, you know, take it from Marlo, that you can never stop learning no matter how long you've been in business, and make some changes that make your life easier.
Absolutely. There's always a better way, and no one knows it all. That's for sure.
Absolutely. All right, homework. Are we ready for homework?
I think so.
Good.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
Marketing homework is, well, actually, first rewind. You don't have to do every single ounce of homework that we're about to throw at you. Pick one that is something that you need to work on this week. It's something that resonated with you from the conversation today, that really hit at your heartstrings, at your gut. That's, you know, some part of you that's screaming, saying, okay, I need to focus on that. So marketing homework will be to look at the avenues of marketing that you're doing currently. Is it something you've done for a long time? Is it something you can learn to automate? Like Marlo was saying, there's ways that you can go from physically handing out papers and flyers and brochures to your neighborhoods, or you can move to 5 rounds to be able to automate that through different systems. So if you can automate something you've been doing for a long time, take that option in marketing this week. If there's a piece of online marketing you've been thinking about looking into, do it this week. Reach out to 3 marketing companies. Figure out what you can do to push that needle forward on the marketing channels.
Awesome. And for your finance homework this week, I'm gonna ask you to be a Marlo. So I'm gonna ask you to be like Marlo and put on your learner's cap, your student cap, and think about something in your business that you would like to understand better, something in your business that you would like to improve. And I want you to commit to finding a way to do that. There's a lot of programs out there. Marlo mentioned some really good ones where you can learn how to do it differently. You can make that happen, but you have to invest the time. There's probably an investment of some money to sign up for that course. And then you cannot just learn, you have to implement. So you've got to take in the information and then done. So you have a whole year, 2021. This is the year to do things differently, whether you've been in business 1 year or 35 years. And I want you to this week think about what's something that you should improve, what's something that you could improve, what's something that a year from now you will thank yourself because you're doing differently. And you've got to have that open mindset. You've got to be a Marlo, and you've got to be willing to put in the time, the effort, the investment, and actually implement it. So that is my challenge. That's a big homework, but the homework is really to identify what you want to learn, and then commit to doing it. Oh, I caught Michelle right when she was drinking. Sorry. Michelle.
Okay. It's okay. No, all of a sudden I got the tickle in my throat. And your systems homework for me this week is to check out ClickUp. Everybody knows I am a Slack fanatic, but I'm actually even going to go and do the demo. So I'm going to put the link in the chat or in our group here on Fight Club for Business on the Facebook group. But check out, they have a free demo and they have a free forever platform. So you can try it for free forever. So it's pretty cool what they've got done. I'm totally stalking the website and I'm going to try it myself. So I will report back. So try ClickUp.
Yeah. And if this is not my homework, but I did want to add that Courtney Wisely is a good friend to all of us. And so if you do Michelle's homework, checking out ClickUp and you need more help, then she's certainly a resource. My homework is going to be figure out a way to do what Marlo has done, where she's giving her employees those attaboys and the feedback that they are craving. Whether you think they are or not, they're human beings and they are craving it. So figure out a way that you can incorporate that in daily or weekly, at the least, practice. And Marlo, do you have any homework?
Love it.
Mm.
You don't have
Well, to kind of touch on what Megan had said, my idea would be, yes, I try to identify that one thing that is your biggest thorn in your side, and reach out to your cleaning business owner friends, or your service owner friends who might have gone through that, because I'm telling you, more than any convention, conference, course, my main learning has come from my friends in the business. So that's what I would suggest, to just find out what you need to find out by reaching out to your friends.
Yeah.
Well, that's a good one. I love that.
And thank y'all for having me.
Oh, thank
Thanks
you.
for being patient with us. That was amazing.
You,
It's so good.
you are so welcome. I do. I have a quote today, and it goes right along with what Marlo said at the very beginning. And I love this one. It's don't do it for the money, but do it for the freedom. So everybody needs to get out there and be free as much as they can from the day-to-day of their business and work towards that goal. So do it for the freedom. I love that one. Have a great week, everybody.
All right, go fight.
Go fight.
Yeah.
Bye.
Okay. Thanks, everybody. Have a great
Thanks,
week.
Marlo.
Thank y'all.
Okay. Bye, Marlo. See ya.